Hello guys, hello, welcome to this another video session of power electronics and instrumentation. So till now hope you have gone through the static anode cathode characteristics of SCR, gate characteristics of SCR, and their basic structure there. Okay, so also we have gone through turn on methods. So we got across two important terms while studying the characteristics of SCR. One is the latching current, another one is a holding current. It is called latching current. To latch means, so if the anode current or forward current exceeds beyond this latching, that is a minimum current, then we can tell that, so this is the optimal point at which we can tell your SCR is switched from forward blocking to forward conduction mode. Similarly, the things are applicable to the holding current. If this forward current drops down below this minimum current, holding current is the minimum current, beyond which, below which if the anode current would drops down, then we can say the SCR is switching back from the conduction to the blocking state. So different mechanisms or methods we have studied in the last class. So if you go on increasing the forward voltage, so naturally the forward current will go on increasing. Okay, so that will take your anode current well beyond the latching current, and it will make it to trigger, or naturally it will make it to trigger without the help of any gate signal. Similarly, we can use thermal or temperature triggering, where it is going to take care of increasing number of junction temperature, or going to rise the leads to the avalanche effect, because J1 J2 are forward biased, J3 got reverse biased, so we are focusing on the reverse biased junction J3. So similar thing, we are trying to increase the electron hole pair numbers with the help of radiation or light triggering. So in the similar aspect, we can tell that is related to the forward voltage triggering here, that is a dV by dt. dV by dt is nothing but rate of change of forward voltage with respect to time. Okay, so this equation we have written by considering the middle one, reverse biased junction J2. So middle one is open and two either ends are closed. It's something like it is a two plate capacitor. So the current flowing through that is now indicated by IC equal to charge on either side of the plates, that is a dq by dt. So substitute for q, that is equal to C into V. So if you neglect the junction capacitance, you will get this one. So the charging current for the capacitance is directly proportional to the rate of variation of your forward voltage. This is how it will be, both are interdependent. So in the similar aspect also we gone through, so different variations of the gate triggering techniques. If we go on increasing the magnitude of gate signal, current or voltage, so we are capable of triggering or turning on or switching on the SCR from blocking to conduction mode well in advance before we'll reach the breakover voltage. So this time can be minimized by increasing the magnitude of the gate pulse here. So two variations are there, two flavors, either it could be DC or AC or pulse, a train of pulses. So these things already we discussed in detail in the last class. So these are the different turn on methods we so far discussed, just brushed up here. So depending on the latching current definition. Next we shall see so different turn off methods of SCR. Okay, turn off characteristics of SCR. How we can make it turn off, because once you trigger the SCR, you remove the gate signal, it will be on for a long time. Okay, so we can turn it off only when we can see the forward current drops down well below the holding current. Okay, so this process of bringing down the forward current to level below that holding current is known as commutation. So the process of turning off of the thyristor by reducing its forward current below the holding current, okay, is known as a commutation process. That's all. But if a forward voltage is applied immediately after reducing the anode current to 0, okay, so let us assume that for the time being, now we want to spare some time with this definition of commutation here, because it is very important. Now let us assume that somehow we drop down the anode current, forward current below the holding current. Okay, now our forward current is brought below the holding current. Now according to the definition of commutation, now will be thinking that thyristor is off. But remember, so the current only we drop down below the holding current. Okay, but still forward voltage is there. And three junctions J1, J2 and J3, still they are not in a state to block this forward voltage. We blocked the forward current from increasing by bringing it down the holding current. Listen here carefully. We reduced the anode current or forward current by reducing it below the holding current, but still we are not successful in blocking this forward voltage, so that we'll get the reverse voltage, and our SCR will become off. Off means reverse biased. Means what I am telling here, even though by reducing your forward current below the holding current, your middle junction in the forward bias, what has happened, the condition of the three junction J1, J2 got forward, and middle is J1, J3, two end junctions are forward, and middle junction got reverse biased. So that state still it will be there. Okay, that's what we are telling, we are discussing. Means still three junctions are not in a position to block this forward voltage. Okay, so if a forward voltage is immediately applied, means still the middle junction, so by reducing this forward current below the holding current, so the three junctions are still not in a position to block the forward voltage. ಅವು ಯಾವ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಇರ್ತಿತ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ನೀವು ಫಾರ್ವರ್ಡ್ ವೋಲ್ಟೇಜ್ ಈ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ನಾಗ, ಯಾವ ಸ್ಟೇಜ್ನಾಗ ವೆನ್ ಯುವರ್ ಫಾರ್ವರ್ಡ್ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಬಿಲೋ ದಿ ಹೋಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಕರೆಂಟ್, ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ಲೈಕ್ ನೀವು ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಓವರ್ ಟು ಕಂಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಮೋಡಿಗೆ ಬರ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರ್ತದೆ ಇನ್ನು. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ವಾಸ್ ದ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ನು ವೆನ್ ಬಿಫೋರ್ ಇಟ್ ಕುಡ್ ಬಿ ಸ್ವಿಚ್ಡ್ ಆನ್, ಇಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ಸ್ವಿಚ್ಡ್ ಆನ್. ಅದು ಸ್ವಿಚ್ ಆನ್ ಆಗೋಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮುಂಚೆ ಇದೇ ಸ್ಟೇಜ್ನಾಗೆ ಇತ್ತು. ಅವಾಗ ನೀವು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಫಾರ್ವರ್ಡ್ ವೋಲ್ಟೇಜ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ರಿ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಅದು ಲ್ಯಾಚಿಂಗ್ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ದಾಟಿ ಕಂಡಕ್ಷನ್ಗೆ ಬಂದಿತ್ತು. ನೌ ಇಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ಅಗೇನ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ಸ್ಟೇಜ್. ನೀವು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಫಾರ್ವರ್ಡ್ ವೋಲ್ಟೇಜ್ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಿ ಅಥವಾ ಗೇಟ್ ಸಿಗ್ನಲ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಅಗೇನ್ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಟ್ರಿಗರ್ಡ್ ಆನ್. ಓಕೆ, if forward voltage is applied immediately after reducing the anode current 0, what will happen? It will be once again triggered on. So here this is very important, we need to take care. Your commutation is going to fail here. Okay, if you do this one, your commutation is going to fail. So what we have to do, the important thing is that definition is just simply telling that you need to reduce the forward current below the holding current, but during that stage your SCR is in the forward blocking state. Okay, so in the forward blocking state, it is nearer to the breakover voltage. If you just simply increase the forward voltage, bias voltage, or some gate signal, if you apply gate signal, we know that it is going to trigger your SCR well in advance before the VBO. So that should not happen. In that case, if your objective is to turn off the SCR, then that will be failed, means your commutation will be failed. That's what one thing I wanted to discuss here. So next we'll go for what is turn off time of thyristor. So this here we'll have to understand some time related measurements related to turn off, how much time it will require. Okay, so it is the minimum time between The instant at which the anode current becomes 0 means when it will cross the your x-axis, and the instant at which the device is capable of blocking the forward voltage. Okay, so means so if you just crosses the 0 means your forward current drops down below the holding current. From that instant to the instant when our SCR is capable of blocking the forward voltage, you add point the book. Turn off time is nothing but the time gap between two time instants. First time instant yavaga when you drop down the forward current below the holding current, means when you get the forward current crossing the 0. Second instant when your SCR junctions are capable of blocking the forward voltage. You add the point in our case time gap agdatla, so that total time is known as a turn off time. Okay, so means we need two things to do here. ಬರೇ ಒಂದೇ ಫಾರ್ವರ್ಡ್ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಡ್ರಾಪ್ ಡೌನ್ ಟು ಹೋಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್ ಸಕ್ಸಸ್ಫುಲ್ ಇನ್ ಟರ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಥೈರಿಸ್ಟರ್. ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ ವಾಟ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಡೂ, ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಬ್ಲಾಕ್ ದಿ ಫಾರ್ವರ್ಡ್ ವೋಲ್ಟೇಜ್. ಆವಾಗಷ್ಟೇ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ಲಿ ಸಕ್ಸಸ್ಫುಲ್ ಇನ್ ಕಮ್ಯುಟೇಟಿಂಗ್ ಆರ್ ಟರ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಥೈರಿಸ್ಟರ್. So this total time we are going to represent it as a sum of two things. One is related to bringing the forward current below the holding current, that is related to reverse recovery, and second one is gate recovery time, that is related to blocking the forward voltage. So let us try to understand this equation clearly. Now you can see this figure, it will indicate the timing diagram to understand the turn up characteristics of the thyristor or SCR. Okay, these things will go later. So later we'll see how we'll get the failure of commutation. Just now we discussed. So in detail we can discuss that once again with respect to this timing diagram. Now in order to understand this timing diagram, listen here carefully. I am explaining the important things here. In order to understand this timing diagram, to better understand the turn off characteristics we are using here. So before we will begin the explanation, what we'll do, we'll assume that our SCR is already in the on state. Okay, we'll start explaining these things by assuming that your thyristor or SCR is in the on state. Okay, so two curves are there. The first curve is related with the anode current here. So anode current is represented by IT. Okay, that is a forward current plotted versus time. The second curve here you can see it is representing anode voltage VAK, that is a biasing voltage, forward voltage. Okay, plotted versus time. So 2D plots are there. One is anode current, another one is anode voltage. Now we assumed that initially our SCR or thyristor is in the conduction mode, because we are now discussing or trying to understand turn off characteristics. Now we are starting our turn off characteristics by assuming that our thyristor is already in the turn on state. Okay, now assume that we are bringing down the anode current. Now start decreasing and crossing the 0. At time t1 your anode current crosses the 0, means now we are bringing it well below the holding current, meaning the first instant we got satisfied. Okay, from time 0 to t1 you can see our anode current is decreasing. Now that is indicated by this equation, that is di by dt. Di by dt will indicate the rate of change of forward current with respect to time. Changing means now it is decreasing. Change could be anything, increasing or decreasing. Now in this case it is decreasing because we want to turn off the thyristor. That is known as a commutation period. Okay, so this commutation period is now indicated by this di by dt. From 0 to t1, okay, you can see the anode current is decreasing. Let us see what is happening with forward voltage. As anode current is decreasing, still it has not yet reached 0. Okay, so just before t1 we can see from 0 to t1 the voltage across the that is on stage voltage drop across SCR, that is VT we are representing. On stage voltage across the SCR is just a breakover voltage. Voltage drop is very less for SCR because it is still conducting the anode current. It is decreasing, but still anode current will be there. So I am talking about the instant from 0 to just before T1. Okay, at T1 exactly it will become 0. At T1 exactly it will become 0, but even beyond T1 it will start increasing in the anode current, start reducing in the reverse direction, reverse current. Okay, so it is continuing up to T2. Okay, continuing up to T2. Now what is happening here is that during T1 and T2 we are calling it as a reverse recovery period. During T1 to T2, now what is happening, what is the status of the three junctions, J1, J2 and J3? Two end junctions are forward and middle junction got reverse biased. Okay, ಈ ಟೈಮ್ನಾಗ ಏನಾಗ್ತೈತಿ ಅಂದರೆ ರಿವರ್ಸ್ ರಿಕವರಿ ಟೈಮ್ನಾಗ ಎರಡು ಜಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಎಂಡ್ ಜಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಫಾರ್ವರ್ಡ್ ಬಯಾಸ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದರಿಂದ ಮಿಡಲ್ ಜಂಕ್ಷನ್ ರಿವರ್ಸ್ ಬಯಾಸ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದರಿಂದ ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ದ ಮೆಜಾರಿಟಿ ಕ್ಯಾರಿಯರ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ದೇರ್ in all the four layers, holes in the p layer, n in the electrons, electrons in the n layer got swiped out. Majority carriers ellanu means current density we are trying to reduce from all the four layers, because the conduction rate, that is di by dt, heavily dependent on the density of these majority carriers. First ನಾವೇನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ T1 to T2 ಈ ಪೀರಿಯಡ್ ಒಳಗೆ reverse recovery, reverse current now apply ಮಾಡಿವಿ. Because of this reverse current, so this reverse current will take care of this one. This reverse current ಏನು ಮಾಡತೈತಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, listen here carefully, this explanation maybe you won't get in the textbook or even in the notes. Okay, you listen this video again and again and try to understand things what I am telling. This is very important. This reverse current means what forward current now it is decreasing in the reverse direction, that is called reverse current, that we are getting from T1 to T2 is now responsible for removing or swiping out of the majority carriers, which are holes in the p layer, electrons in the n layer, from all the four layers. So by doing this we are trying to reduce the density of the majority carriers. That is very important. If we will reduce this density of majority carriers, then we are successful in reducing this di by dt successfully. Okay, that is one thing we are doing, that is called reverse recovery period. So by the end, that's why till T2 your forward voltage will be same, breakover voltage ಇರ್ತೈತಿ, forward voltage. So from T1 to T2 ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದೆವು ನಾವು, from 0 to T2, by reducing the anode current and applying the reverse current to all the four layers, we are trying to first ಎಲ್ಲ ಮೆಜಾರಿಟಿ ಕ್ಯಾರಿಯರ್ಸನ್ನು ರಿಮೂವ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡತ್ತೀವಿ ಎಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಬೈ ಟೈಮ್ T2 ಆಲ್ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ 60 to 70% ಆಫ್ ದ ಮೆಜಾರಿಟಿ ಕ್ಯಾರಿಯರ್ಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ರಿಮೂವ್ಡ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಯಾವಾಗ ರಿಮೂವ್ ಆಗ್ತಾವೆ ಆವಾಗ ನಿಮ್ಮದು ಫಾರ್ವರ್ಡ್ ವೋಲ್ಟೇಜ್ ವಿಲ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ರಿಡ್ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್. ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಯುವರ್ ಫೋರ್ ಲೇಯರ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ನೌ ಐ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸೇ ಆರ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ at time T2 we are able to block your forward voltage. Forward current ನೀವು ಬ್ಲಾಕ್ ಮಾಡಿರಿ T1 to T2 ನಾಗ by removing the majority carriers. Now we have to block the forward voltage also from T2 to T3. Okay, T2 to T3 ಒಳಗೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ನಾವು, that is called recombination. T2 to T3 ಒಳಗೆ T1 to T2 ಒಳಗೆ ಮೆಜಾರಿಟಿ ಕ್ಯಾರಿಯರ್ಸನ್ನು ನೀವು ರಿಮೂವ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಿ ಆಲ್ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ 60 to 70%. ಇನ್ T2 to T3 ಒಳಗೆ ಫಾರ್ವರ್ಡ್ ವೋಲ್ಟೇಜನ್ನು ನಾವು ರಿಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಹೌ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ರಿವರ್ಸ್ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಿ ಮೆಜಾರಿಟಿ ಕ್ಯಾರಿಯರ್ಸನ್ನು ರಿಮೂವ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಿ ರಿವರ್ಸ್ ರಿಕವರಿ ಟೈಮ್ನಾಗ ಫ್ರಮ್ T1 to T2. T2 to T3 ಒಳಗೆ ವಿಲ್ ಟ್ರೈ ಟು ರಿಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ದಿ ಫಾರ್ವರ್ಡ್ ವೋಲ್ಟೇಜ್ by with the help of minority carriers. Minority carriers ಏನಿರ್ತಾವಲ್ಲ will allow them to settle with the recombination. Minority carriers ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಫಾರ್ವರ್ಡ್ ಬ್ಲಾಕಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ನಾಗ ಲೀಕೇಜ್ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಫ್ಲೋ ಆಗ್ತಿರ್ತೈತಿ. ಮೆಜಾರಿಟಿ ಕ್ಯಾರಿಯರ್ಸ್ ಅಂತೂ ಇರೋಂಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಅವೆಲ್ಲ T1 to T2ನಾಗ ನಾವು ತೆಗೆದಿರ್ತೀವಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಇನ್ನು ಉಳಿದಿದ್ದು ಮೈನಾರಿಟಿ ಕ್ಯಾರಿಯರ್ಸನ್ನು ನಾವು ರೀಕಾಂಬಿನೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಸೆಟ್ಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬಿಟ್ಟಿವಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಫಾರ್ವರ್ಡ್ ವೋಲ್ಟೇಜ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಆಲ್ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಬ್ಲಾಕ್ಡ್. ಫಾರ್ವರ್ಡ್ ಬ್ಲಾಕಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಸಕ್ಸಸ್ಫುಲಿ achieved, or you can see even forward voltage will also be, we are making all the 4 layers to successfully block the forward voltage also. Okay, only listen here, don't confuse. Once again I will tell in one sentence. T1 to T2 period naga or 0 to T2 period naga, okay, we are trying to reduce the current density by removing almost 60 to 70% of the majority carriers in all the 4 layers. That is the reverse recovery time. Thereby you are trying to reduce the di by dt or the anode current. From T2 to T3 we are trying to block also we are trying to block the forward voltage with respect to the minority carriers. We are allowing the minority carriers to settle with the help of recombination. Okay, so that's why you can see at the instant of T2 your forward voltage will start decreasing. Okay, that is also known as a gate recovery period. Okay, now it will start decreasing like this. Now reverse recovery period is nothing but what we can tell, it is a combination of reverse recovery period plus recombination. That this arrow should come here between T2 to T3. Okay, don't confuse. I am still with the TRR. Reverse recovery period is a combination of reverse recovery period plus recombination period. Reverse recovery period is concerned with majority carriers settling down, removing them, and thereby reducing the anode current. Recombination period T2 to T3 is concerned with settling of minority carriers, allowing them to recombine and cancel each other, and thereby we are trying to initiate the blocking of forward voltage. We are trying to initiate. Now your blocking of forward voltage is got initiated, and it has been decreased up to some extent from T2 to T3. Okay, now T3 time nage ನೀವು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾರೆ voltage forward voltage apply ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ this dotted line is no. If you apply this dotted line means forward voltage here only, then what will happen, again immediately it will turn on, means your commutation will be failed. So what will do, anyhow your leakage current or minority carriers are settling down, let them to settle down, forward voltage should be totally reduced. Okay, and that is known as a gate recovery period. During gate recovery period we are extending this recombination of your minority carriers so that your forward voltage will be totally blocked. So TRR plus TGR will give you the total turn off time, that is around from 3 to 100 microseconds. Okay, now this TQ, it is going to indicate the total turn off time of the circuit, in which T of it will indicate SCR turn off time, TQ it will indicate the circuit turn off time, with SCR treating it as one of the component of or part of the circuit. Okay, so that's why TQ should always be greater than T off. Okay, TQ should always be greater than T off. What is the meaning of this one? Try to understand here why TQ we are telling it as means circuit turn off time, why we wanted to make it larger than SCR turn off time. What is telling, in other words, indirectly, if you apply forward voltage by gate triggering or by any one of the turn on methods, your commutation will got failing. In order to stop this failing of commutation, we are extending this recombination period with the help of gate recovery period. Okay, if you bring this TQ well below T off, then your circuit will be turned on, means your commutation is going to fail here. That's what we are putting this condition. So this is how, guys, you have to explain the turn off characteristics of SCR. If you are not getting, you listen this video and audio carefully once again, and if you have any doubts, you can quote me in the WhatsApp group, or we'll discuss in the interaction class. So based on how much turn off time we are keeping, if turn off time if we are keeping very large, means switching time is very less, that is used in the converter grade thyristor. If your turn off time is very less, 10 to 50 microsecond, means your switching period is very large. That is used in the inverter grade thyristors. So based on this turn off time, we got the two types of thyristors here, converters or inverters, like that. Okay, so hope we understood the turn off CAD6 of SCR. So after understanding the time CAD6 or turn off CAD6 of SCR, we'll quickly go through. So two types of turn off methods of SCR here. One is naturally the SCR is going to turn off, that is known as a natural commutation. So another one is a forced commutation. Okay, in forced commutation, we are using we are taking the help of some external circuitry that is going to force your thyristor or SCR externally to turn off. Okay, either by bringing down its holding current below the forward current below the holding current. That will discuss separately. Now we'll continue with natural commutation. So in order to understand natural commutation, listen guys, whatever I am discussing are important, which are rarely available in the textbook or notes. It is also known as line commutation because we are using the line voltage or a supply voltage, main supply. It consists of a very simple circuit, simple thyristor with a load R. Okay, so this one is supply voltage, AC voltage. We'll assume it as a sinusoidal voltage here. Okay, containing both positive and negative peak. Okay, and it will contain one thyristor and one load resistor R. Okay, now we'll try to understand what is happening during both the peaks for one cycle, that is its operation. Now you can see during positive peak, 0 to slowly will start increasing supply voltage. Here it is plus, here it is minus, here it is plus and here it is minus. Slowly I will now go on increasing slowly. Still I have not applied any gate signal. Okay, gate signal ಇನ್ನು ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ. ಎಲ್ಲಿ ತನಕ ಗೇಟ್ ಸಿಗ್ನಲ್ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಂಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ತನಕ ಟಿ ಆನ್ ಆಗಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. Okay, means it is in the blocking state. From during this instant your SCR is off because you are applying the gate at the time t equal to alpha. Okay, so during this instant your SCR is still off, and you can see all the input voltage whatever you are applying, it is appearing across the SCR because SCR is in the blocking state, it is opened. All the input voltage iದೇನೈತಲ್ಲ triangle type section ಎಲ್ಲ output voltage load ಕಡೆ SCR ಕಡೆನೇ ಬರ್ತೈತಿ. Okay, this is the last waveform which is indicating SCR voltage waveform. Now your SCR is off during this instant because we not yet applied any gate signal, and it is acting like a open circuit. Whatever the input voltage plus minus you will apply, it is appearing across the open circuited SCR here. Okay, once if you apply the gate signal during positive peak, it will be triggered and it is short circuited. The short circuit ಆಯ್ತಲ್ಲ, voltage across this will 0 ಆಯ್ತು, and that voltage will be transferred from T to load. Voltage the short circuit ಆಯ್ತಲ್ಲ, whatever the voltage was there across SCR, now it is transferred back to load ಗೆ shift ಆಯ್ತು. Okay, so this is what it is happening during the positive peak. Now our heading main objective here is to discuss how naturally your SCR is turning off. Okay, SCR is now on ಆಯ್ತು. ಈಗ ಆಫ್ ಹ್ಯಾಂಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ನ್ಯಾಚುರಲ್ ಆಗಿ, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ನ್ಯಾಚುರಲಿ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಗೆಟಿಂಗ್ ದ ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಪೀಕ್, ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಇದು ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಇದು ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಆಯಿತು. ಈ ಎಂಡ್ ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್, ಈ ಎಂಡ್ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್. ಈ ಎಂಡ್ ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಅಂದ್ರೇನು, ನೀವು ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಇಸ್ ಕನೆಕ್ಟೆಡ್ ಟು ಅನೋಡ್, that will turn off your SCR. Now whatever the input voltage now will apply negative peak ನಾಗದರ್ನಿಗೆ ಅದು ಇನ್ಪುಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಫಾರ್ ರಿವರ್ಸ್ ಬಯಾಸ್ಡ್ ಟಿ ಕಡೆ ಬಂದುಬಿಡ್ತೈತಿ. ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ತನೆಲ್ಲ ಟಿ ಟು ಪೈ ಟು 2π ತನೆಲ್ಲ ಇನ್ಪುಟ್ ವೋಲ್ಟೇಜ್ ಏನಿರ್ತೈತೆಲ್ಲ ರಿವರ್ಸ್ ಬಯಾಸ್ಡ್ ಟಿ ಕಡೆ ಬಂತು. ಓಕೆ, ಲೋಡ್ ಕಡೆ ಹೋಗಂಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಟಿ ಆಫ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತೈತಿ, ಓಪನ್ ಸರ್ಕ್ಯೂಟ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತೈತಿ. ಸೊ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ ನೋ ಲೋಡ್ ವೋಲ್ಟೇಜ್. This situation will continue when once again you will apply the gate, next gate pulse in the next positive peak. Means the load output what you are getting, successive hashed positive peaks you are getting, because negative peak is not coming there. During negative peak your SR is automatically naturally got reverse bias or turned off. So as we are taking the help of line or AC voltage here, this is known as a line commutation. So its main applications are line commutated converters and inverters. So that's why it is known as a natural commutation. Naturally you can see your SR is turned off. SR is turned off like this. Okay, total turn off time, circuit turn off time has been shown here. So this is how we have to explain with the help of circuit diagram and waveforms for the natural commutation. You try to understand this. These things are not there in the notes of textbook. So next let us see at this instant. So this type of natural commutation is also called as a source commutation or line commutation. Just now I explained why it is called source or line commutation, because we are using main supply as a source or line. Naturally during negative peak your SCR will be turned off. That's why it is known as a source or line commutation, and takes place in phase control rectifiers. Just now I told the applications: AC voltage controllers, phase controllers and cycloconverters. Now at this instant I want to think you, so what is the major difference between natural and forced commutation? Very important question. Answer is natural commutation occurs in AC circuits because it will contain both positive and negative peak. We want negative peak because to happen natural commutation with no additional circuitry. Forced commutation is using DC circuit along with some additional circuitry to affect the forcible commutation. Forced commutation. Forcibly you are trying to turn off the SCR there. Remember guys, this is the main difference between the natural and forced commutation. Now let us see how the forced commutation is going to work out here. Okay, we are trying to turn off the SCR forcibly. Okay, so there are two types are there based on what commutating components you are using. Commutation ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು external circuitry use ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. External circuitry ಒಳಗೆ so which kind of L and C, whether you are connecting them in series like this or parallelly. Okay, so with the load, that is going to decide different types of commutating circuits. Like that we got class A self commutation by resonating the load. Class A, class B type ಬರ್ತಾವೆ. For your syllabus only two types are there. So here L and C are connected in series. L and C is acting like a resonating circuit. Here C is parallel with load. Okay, now here in this case load is in series with the capacitor. So like that we got the two variations of the circuits here. Okay, now we'll try to understand the operation of class A self commutation by resonating the load type of forced commutation with the help of this C connected in parallel with RL. Okay, so that will try to understand with the help of this one. It is very clear. Okay, so we will start this one, positive and negative. Okay, we are applying the bias voltage, positive and negative. Okay, so during the positive peak, okay, because for forced commutation no positive peak or negative peak, we are using the DC supply here. Remember, AC supply we have used in the natural commutation. In forced commutation we are using always battery, DC power supply. This you remember guys. Most of the time you make this silly mistake. ಎಲ್ಲ ಕೊಡ್ತಿದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ AC supply ತೋರಿಸಿದ್ರೆ all your work is waste. This is very important. Okay, DC power supply, it is must, it is very important in commutating circuits, forced commutation. Okay, plus minus ಇದು ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಇಟ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀರಿ. Okay, this will turn on the SCR. Okay, with the help of gate signal turn on the SCR, short circuited, then ISCR will start flowing. Now what is this one? This is the voltage across the capacitor. Capacitor will start increasing, charging. So once SCR will be triggered with the help of gate signal, it is short circuited, then with the help of this VDC, VC will start charging towards VDC. You can see here it is indicated VC will start charging towards VDC, and this will indicate the current through the SCR. Current through the SCR will go on increasing. Current through the SCR will go on increasing, and voltage across SCR. So till you apply the gate signal, voltage across SCR will be breakout. Once you apply it, it will be short circuited, no any breakout voltage during this instant, only forward current is flowing like this. Okay, so now what is happening here, it is plus, here it is minus. Once the capacitor will charge up to the peak, okay, and it will become larger than the applied voltage. Okay, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗ್ತೈತಿ ಕೆಪಾಸಿಟರ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಹಾಕೋತ ಹೊಂಟೈತಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಐತಿ, ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಕನೆಕ್ಟೆಡ್ ಟು ಕೆಥೋಡ್. Once the cathode voltage which is connected to the charging of your capacitor, so this peak voltage reach aitandre, that will become larger than the anode voltage that we are getting from VDC. Means at this point, what I am saying, when capacitor voltage will reach the peak, then it will become larger than VDC. This voltage will become larger than VDC, means cathode voltage will become larger than anode voltage. Automatically that will turn off your SCR. Means at this instant SCR turn off ಆಗಿಬಿಡ್ತೈತಿ. ಯಾವಾಗ turn off ಆಗ್ತೈತಿ? When capacitor voltage will reach the peak. Okay, capacitor voltage will reach the peak and will become greater than VDC. Okay, means cathode voltage became greater than anode voltage, then automatically SCR will be turned off, isn't it? So once it will be turned off, all the VDC will come across the SCR. Will not all VDC will come across the SCR. Once again, will apply the gate signal in the next cycle. Okay, this is what it is happening in the class A self commutation by resonating the load with the C connected in parallel with RL. So this switching off of SCR will depends on the resonating frequency L and C. Okay, this resonant frequency L and C will depend on the L and C values. Okay, this one thing you have to quote in your answer when you are explaining about class A self commutation by the resonating load. So that has been shown here with respect to this. That's why we have discussed here. So the uses are, this type of commutation circuits are useful for high frequency operation above 1 kHz because of the requirement of LC resonance circuit carrying the full load. This commutation circuit is used in the inverters, mainly used in the inverters rather than converters. Okay, so another type what we are getting, class B type self commutation by LC circuit. This one is quite different. Okay, so its uses have been mentioned here. So its main application of this process is in DC chopper circuits, where thyristor is required to be in the conduction state for a specified period of time and then to remain in the off state for a specified duration. So where we want our thyristor to be in the on and off state for the desired time period, there we are going to depend on this class B type self commutation by LC circuit type turn off thyristor. Okay, let us try to understand this one. Circuit operation is very simple, guys. Okay, so again DC power supply. Okay, SCR is connected in series with the load, and across SCR we are connecting one tank circuit, resonating circuit L and C connected in series. Okay, so once when you apply plus and minus forward biasing voltage, okay, so ಪಡಕ್ಕನೆ SCR ಆನ್ ಆಗಿರಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. Okay, so you can see here SCR will not be turned on suddenly. ಅದು ಬ್ಲಾಕಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ನಾಗ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಟೈಮ್ ತನಕ ಇರ್ತೈತಿ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಆನ್ ಆಗ್ತೈತಿ. ಎಲ್ಲಿ ತನಕ ಅದು ಬ್ಲಾಕಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಇರ್ತೈತಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ತನಕ ಆ ಟೈಮ್ ಪೀರಿಯಡ್ನಾಗ ಇದು ಆಫ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತೈತಲ್ಲ, ಅವಾಗ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಯುವರ್ ಕೆಪಾಸಿಟನ್ಸ್ ವಿತ್ ಟಾಪ್ ಪ್ಲೇಟ್ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಬಾಟಮ್ ಪ್ಲೇಟ್ ಮೈನಸ್. Okay, means initially the capacitor, as soon as you apply plus EDC, when your SCR is in the throttle blocking state, that will charge your C with EDC, and that will happen suddenly, but immediately your SCR will be switched from blocking to conduction state. ಯಾವುದು ಕಂಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಬರ್ತೈತಿ ಅವಾಗ ಇದು ಶಾರ್ಟ್ ಸರ್ಕ್ಯೂಟ್ ಆಗಿಬಿಡ್ತೈತಿ. ಅಗೇನ್ ವಿಲ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಗೆಟಿಂಗ್ ಟೂ ಕರೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಹಿಯರ್. ಒನ್ is a load current flowing from plus EDC to SCR and RL like this in the clockwise direction. Another current what you are getting, because it is short circuited, so once it is short circuited you can see, so this load current is what you are getting, this load current you are getting because of this load current. Your SCR is on, triggered on, that is a SCR current. Okay, because SCR and RL they are connected in series. Voltage across SCR will be almost negligible because SCR is on. Okay, now what will happen? Now a capacitor is initially charged with this polarity. Okay, now this current, another current is also occurring because of this charged capacitance. Initially it has been charged to EDC like this, SCR current. SCR current is a current because of the charging of the capacitance. Capacitance will start discharging. Because of discharging of the capacitance you can see the current will be reducing here, ISCR. Load current ಒಂದೇ ಇರ್ತದೆ same because of DC what you are getting, but this ISCR current because of the initially charged capacitance ಅದು ಈಗ discharge ಆಗ್ತಿರ್ತೈತಿ. because SCR ಆನ್ ಆದಮೇಲೆ ಅದು discharge ಆಗ್ತಿರ್ತೈತಿ. initially got charged when SCR was in the blocking state. ಅದಾದಮೇಲೆ SCR ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಿದ್ಮೇಲೆ SCR for the certain time period ಇದು ಬ್ಲಾಕಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ನಾಗ ಇತ್ತು, ಅವಾಗಿದು ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಆಗಿತ್ತು. ಅದು ಸಡನ್ನಾಗಿ ಕಂಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟಿಗೆ ಬಂದಮೇಲೆ discharge ಆಗಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ತೈತಿ. because of discharging of capacitance you are getting this SCR current like this. Okay, now let us see what will happen when it will completely discharge. Okay, the polarity of C will become like this. Now that itself will reverse bias your SCR and allowing the capacitor current in the reverse direction like this. Okay, so hope this cycle will be repeated for both the cycles. This is class B self commutation LC circuit operation. So this the waveform what you are getting, the load current here will be decided by the L and C values in the resonance circuit. Okay, thank you.